My name's Ian, this is Hubner. I like to drive interesting things, and this time I'm driving a Mercedes-Benz W114 280 CE. That's the coupe. It's very gold, it's very pretty. I think it's going to be very nice to drive. Before we get started, we're on a bit of abandoned road near the A30 in Cornwall. So John, Auto Shenanigans, this cat's eye is for you. Here we go, the 280 CE. So we've got the same Paul Bracq styling. It's just beautiful with a kind of stacked headlamp. Some markets would have a fog lamp in this bottom unit here. I don't think we've got that on this, but I will check. The glorious grille, of course, the clap hand wipers, and the coupe shape, which I think just works really, really well. It adds some serious glamour to the W114. Weirdly, the W114 designation means it's a 6-cylinder. W115 means it's a 4-cylinder. Very, very strange. I guess they worked on the 6-cylinder first. So this one, unlike Tim's lovely South African car, which we've driven, this one's an automatic, and it's got the 280 CE badge, 2.8 litre, twin cam 6-cylinder. Old is gold. This car is not absolutely perfect. It's only recently been acquired by the current owner, so there are a few minor issues and gremlins, one of which is the door fit doesn't seem perfect, so we're a bit gappy. I mean, that's always going to be an issue, isn't it, if you've got frameless doors. I don't know if there's adjustment in there that you can sort out. And similarly, the sunroof, we're not going to try it because it's a bit sunken in that position, so I'm not going to try and open the electric sunroof. But how's that for 1973? Well posh. So moving aboard, just listen to that. Oh, that is solid engineering, and it's an absolute sea of tan vinyl all over. Now we've got electric windows, so there's no window winder. That's your door lock, door handle, and this should, in theory, I'm not going to try it, open that. They often don't work. Tim's had to fix one of his on his saloon. But these enormous seats look very, very robust. Look at all this. Amazing. I don't know if the one this side tips or not. I'm not sure. But if we go in, these rear windows are manual, but they also wind down. So if you do that, and then we pop the ignition on, and down with the window, now we've got that pillarless style. Note the seatbelt mounts here, so it doesn't break up the lines of the car. That, my friends, is very, very pretty. You just can't beat a pillarless coupe. I just wish the weather was a bit more pillarless coupe today. It unfortunately isn't, so I think I'll be closing those again. Evidently, this is a late pre-facelift, so it's still got the earlier, much cuter rear lights. They later developed larger ribbed units. It has been repainted at some point. The fuel filler is hidden under that flap there. And let's have a look in the boot while we're out here. Spare wheel tucked to the side. There's my backpack in all its glory. Lots of space. Someone has fitted a CD changer to it for a bit more modern sound. We've got lots of jazz going on, which somehow seems very appropriate for a gold Mercedes-Benz. But yeah, let's return inside, because for a start I've left the ignition on. We don't want to cook the coil. So there we go. Lovely clear dials, straight ahead. Key on this side. Absolutely no idea what that is. No. Fresh air vent. That's your parking brake, which I haven't deployed. Mystery red button. Don't know what it does. Mystery buttons there. Don't know what they do either. Indicator lever. Unfortunately, it seems disinclined to stay in the left hand position. Seems a little happier about staying in the right hand. You push it in for wipers. And that's how you switch between the different wiper settings. That switch there. It has a good old-fashioned dip switch to do the headlights, although I believe you can flash by pulling the stalk towards. Now, the elephant in the room, this steering wheel. Obviously, it's out of a much later, more plasticky Mercedes-Benz. It feels absolutely lovely in the hand now, and we'll get to what a difference it makes going down the road as well. The most baffling heater controls. I've spent many time studying the ones in Tim's, and I still don't understand how they work. That can be a fresh air vent as well. There's the more modern head unit. It's almost a classic in itself. We've got ashtray, 12-volt power outlet. That's your electric window switch, hazard switch. So there we go. That's the hazards on. And I don't actually know what that one is. Mystery button. Unfortunately, there's no manual in the car. Oh, that one. Tim hasn't got all these. Electric window switches. Oldies gold edition. I don't know who's added that. A gear selector familiar to anyone who's driven Mercedes-Benz. So we've got drive, slope, not sport mode, and low. So slope is for dropping down to third gear, and I think low will drop it down to first or second. The bonnet release is over there, looking very mechanical. It's got a little glove box, and we've got some Jamiroquai available, as well as many other things. Herbie Hancock. There's a lot of music in that CD auto changer. But lovely, voluptuous seats, stylish vinyl headliner. It's all very nice in here. It looks okay in the back. Let's see if I can get there. Okay, I don't know how it works. There is an interlock mechanism. It isn't in place, so I can just tip the seat, actually. And in we go. Notice you get a little footrest. All very posh. So in we go, fold myself in. Oh, there we are. Pull the seat back. And oh, it feels like no one's ever sat here. Headroom is a bit tight. It's more a 2+2 than an outright 4-seater, but we've got oh, is it down the bottom? Yes, it is. There we go. The beautiful armrest there, very similar engineering to, what was it I was in that had that? It was something from the Austin stable recently, and yeah, very similar. But we've got head restraints in the back. This one has got aftermarket, I think, a rear screen. But yeah, with the rear seat set for me, it's all a bit tight back here, so I think I'm going to get back out again. I think it's better to be enjoyed from the front. But yeah, I've no idea how the lock mechanism works. There it is. I've no idea what it's attached to, so I don't know how it's meant to work. Is it meant to pneumatically lock in? I do wonder, because I think it's got central locking, and Mercedes-Benz went for a pneumatic system. But enough waffle. Let's get you set up and see what this thing's like. Actually, no, because we haven't looked under the bonnet yet. Getting all out of place, so I've got to reach all the way over here, because left-hand drive for the bonnet release. There we go. Gracefully. And now we can pop the bonnet up and have a look at the beautiful twin cam 6-cylinder engine. This was the top engine for these. There's a catch under here somewhere. There we go. Up goes the enormous bonnet, and there is the beautiful fuel injected engine. So, but look at this throttle mechanism. So when you press the throttle, it moves all this mechanical gubbins, and there's the butterfly flap on the air intake. You don't got to worry about setting a choke or anything like that. It just takes care of all of it. And the twin cam design. Most of the W114s and 5s just had a single cam engine, and it's about 150 brake horsepower, I seem to recall. I'll put the exact figures up there, but quite cozy in here compared to the 220 that my friend Tim has. There's an awful lot going on, but thankfully it seems to go on quite merrily. Look, it's a while since I drove Tim's car, and I forgot that that's not a dip switch. That is a foot operated windscreen washer and wipe. So you just do it with one button down there. Otherwise, the indicator stalk, you press in once and you get a consistent wipe, and off again. And then there's different speeds available with a toggle speed and an intermittent mode as well. So quite the most complicated wiping system I've ever seen, but good overlap, no triangle of doom. There's a bit of a triangle there, but it's behind the mirror, it's not obscuring my view. Mercedes-Benz very proud of the amount of swept windscreen. It was very impressive for the time. Less impressive is having to reach for the seatbelt, which is there somewhere. There we go. It wouldn't be until the W124 generation where the coupe had a little arm that handed you your seatbelt when you climbed aboard. Just go for a quick wipe. There we go. We're going to drive, and woohoo! That was a very quick 0 to 30. Yeah, she perks up plenty. But let's go a bit more gently out of here. I've got to hold the indicator on because the indicator won't stay on, unfortunately. Oh no, he did pull away in first, but very swiftly into second, I think, and into third. 40 miles an hour. And into top. And we're now doing 50. So gathers pace nicely without any particular drama. And that wasn't foot to the floor acceleration, that was just gentle, making the most of it. I've got my fresh air vent, so it's supplying air to my face. There is some wind noise, as I've shown you. The windows don't seal perfectly, which is a shame because it spoils the ambience, which is otherwise quite magnificent, as we're knocking on the door of 60 miles an hour, cruising down the road, looking at the three-pointed star on the bonnet. Now I know this steering wheel is not going to be popular with people. The owner has just bought the car with this fitted. It has come with the original wheel that he wants to fit. But I will say to him, maybe think twice about that, because compared to Tim's car, this smaller wheel transforms the feel of the car. We've got power steering, so it's not like we need a bigger wheel for extra leverage. It actually makes the cornering feel much better. The car feels much more under control just from a slight loss in diameter. Yeah, it really does seem to turn in tighter just because you're not turning the wheel as much. So yeah, think twice before putting that wheel on. My suggestion: hard on the brakes, and they are superb. Check we're clear, all good. Oh yeah, you have to, it's a very long travel throttle, so you've got to really get it down to make the engine work hard. But wow, for the early 1970s this is extraordinary. It is so smooth, so exotic. Obviously this engine was more commonly fitted to the S-Class or the preceding W108 series cars. I guess an entry-level engine on those. But then, as I well remember from Tim's car, the handling is also very, very good. It just feels very composed, very forgiving, independent rear suspension, so it doesn't get upset by any bumps it encounters mid-bend. You barely feel any bumps. I can kind of hear the tyres hitting them, but I can't so much feel them. Apart from the wind noise, this is staggering refinement. And don't forget, this isn't really an executive car. I mean, it was the more expensive end. This is the top model of the W114, but ultimately it's kind of a family-sized saloon. You've got the new S-Class, the W116. That was your real range topper. Yeah, there's a little bit of body roll, but it's not alarming, and yeah, it's just so composed. It's absolutely delightful. The only problem with Tim's car, much as we both love it, is it feels it needs a little more grunt, and perhaps a fifth gear. But maybe he just needed a 6-cylinder in the first place. But that's astonishing. We're now cruising at 40 miles an hour through this village, and oh, incredible. We'll test the kick down as we get to national speed limit. There we are, all the way down. It's turbine smooth. That is a class act, that really is. It just sort of shows where Mercedes-Benz were in this era. By the late 1990s it had all gone wrong, but 1960s into the 70s Mercedes-Benz were so on their game, and that continued into the 80s, to be fair. It does not feel like a car that's over 50 years old. It really does not. For contrast, tractor. Everyone's favourite sign. Oh, this really is engineering at its absolute finest. Majestic. Worth remembering, this is Mercedes-Benz's own gearbox. They couldn't find one on the market they liked, so they made their own. And even in the 90s, they were building gearboxes that could handle crazy amounts of power. So the Jaguar XKR, the supercharged XK8, had a Mercedes-Benz gearbox. It's breathtakingly good, especially compared to others at the time. A lot of other automatic gearboxes would still be a 3-speed unit, so by the time you're doing 50 miles an hour they were found wanting. This is smooth, it performed really, really nicely. Just an incredible car. Well, what a car. That has to be one of the finest cars I've ever driven. That twin cam 6 is just an absolute delight. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget you can head to the Hub Nut store if you want to support what we do, and make sure you're subscribed with the bell ticked, and then you'll get told when our next road test goes live. We have got over 300 real road tests on this channel, so go and check out the back catalogue. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Pachoo!